Hi. I always forget how awkward it is. Essentially just talking to myself. I haven't posted on here in a while. I never consistently posted, mostly just because it was just an account for myself. And I never really did much with it. I have cranberry juice. Um, but I don't know. I think I started it when I was 13. And then I think the last video I posted was when I was about 15. That was like my freshman year of high school. Um, I'm someone who thinks constantly. I have a lot of thoughts about everything. I don't know. And, I have this issue where at night, when there's nothing to really occupy me, I just I can't stop thinking and my thoughts become a bit more negative. It happens. I think that's a very common occurrence. Um, and I guess I thought about my YouTube account for some reason, and I was like, okay, well, video diary, I guess. I don't know if this would even count as video diary. I'm just here talking to myself. I don't even know if I'll actually post this. As you can tell, I'm not prepared. I'm greasy as fuck because tomorrow's my shower day. Um, so and my background, as you can tell, is very bland. I'm staying in a camper right now. So, the last time I posted a video, I was a freshman in high school. And now I'm graduated. Um, I'm, eight, I'm 18. Um, I guess I'm just starting off with telling you guys random facts about myself and my life. Little life update since it's been like 4 years. 3, I don't know. I'm 18. I turned 19 in October, though. It's currently July. It is July. So I'm staying in a camper right now, because my father and his wife are moving into a new house in a different state, and I'm moving out, I believe, in 5 days into my own apartment. I'll be moving into the city. I'm starting college in like late August, like August 24th. And I'm going to become a mortician. That's what I'm in school for. I'm like funeral services, I think is the term. I'm doing my prerequisites though. So I'll be doing my first year of college will be my prerequisites, and then over the summer I will have 3 more prerequisite classes, I believe. I might have to burp. Don't know if you heard that. But anyways. And then I have to reapply, but my chances will be good. So, and then I'll start my like core classes. And it'll be 2 years of school from there. And then I'll also be doing an 18-month apprenticeship during slash possibly after, but mostly during, I think. So, I don't know. Last time I posted, I was very skinny. I mean, I think I was. I was very underweight, but I'm a bit shorter, so the way I carry weight, I look like I weigh a little bit more than I actually do. It's just, I'm about 5'1", so plus just most of my weight carries in my stomach. Um, as you can tell, my cheeks are a bit fuller. I'm not about to do a whole body check, but I look okay. I'm just like I'm bordering right on the healthy weight now. So I'm a bit on the lower end, but that's still about some big progress from where I was at. Um, So, hypothetically, I'm doing better. I'm a little bit better with my eating. Um, I'm about to move out. I'm about to start college, and in my near future, I'll achieve my dream career. So, hypothetically, I'm doing well. But I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know. I think I'm just one of those people who can't ever fully be content, you know? I don't know. I mean, I've kind of always known that, but I don't know. It's just hard because I have a lot of things that like I'm proud of, and I didn't expect to do a lot of these things that I've done over the past couple years. But I kind of sit here and in moments of my success, I just feel alone, I guess. I don't think I really have that many people in my life. Um, I think that my relationship with my family has always been severed or just not typical, you know. Not that it's bad, I love the family that I'm still in contact with. I love the family that I don't contact that much. I've gotten to a point in my life where my relationship with my family is maybe not typical, but it's all right. But there's still a bit of disconnect, you know. So I don't know. And I have people I see, people I hang out with, people I text sometimes. I just don't like texting people. But I really would only say I have one actual friend, one person that I actually like hanging out with. It's just my issue isn't that people don't necessarily like me. I mean, there's a fair share of people who don't like me. But it's not my issue. It's not my primary issue. It's just that I have a hard time connecting with people, and I don't really feel the need to force myself to be around people who I don't have a connection with. I don't know. Sorry. I don't really know what to do while I talk. But so I don't know. Every time something good happens to me, I'm just reminded of how alone I am. The people who I'd like to tell about my accomplishments aren't in my life. So, you know. I don't know. My success is just a reminder that I'm alone and it's hard to fully appreciate my success and accomplishments because, I'm just very fixated on the fact that I don't have anyone to share this with. So, yeah. Ooh, but like the thing is, I don't hate my life. I'm not like sitting here in my room. I don't sit around and do nothing with my life. I go out frequently. I love my best friend. You know, I like I just like doing things. I don't do things I don't enjoy, you know? So I feel like I have a very eventful life, you know? Like I'm fine, but I'm not. It's just there's I don't know. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I'm trying to like mask my burps. I'm also still holding on to my cranberry juice. Anyways. Ooh. Ooh, I look botched. Botched as fuck. No. Anyways. Fuck, I don't even know what to talk about. Man. Anyways. I don't know. I'll probably post this and then never post again. Because I don't know. I mean, the reality of it is I don't even need to post this. I could just keep this on my phone. Normally, I guess what I normally do is I have like a second Instagram account and I'll send voice messages to it, like when I need to talk about something. I don't know why that's my hand motion for something. Anyways, sorry. But yeah. Um, but fuck. I don't have any furniture. I mean, I have like shelves from my room from before I had to from my old house. I have like shelves and a desk, and I have a bed and bed frame and all that. Like I have stuff for my bedroom, but I don't have stuff for like my living room. I don't really have knickknacks for my kitchen. I do have like some stuff for my bathroom, and I've had it since I was like 14, I think, 13, 14, 14. And it's just like a Hello Kitty like shower curtain, and I have like toothbrush holders and little other like things like that, and it's all just Hello Kitty themed. I wouldn't even say like I like Hello Kitty. I like Sanrio, but I'm more of a San X fan, like with Rilakkuma, Sumika Garashi, and all that stuff. But I like Hello Kitty, so not as much as I once did, and not as much as I like other things. But I've been holding on to that bathroom set. Also, it does come with a little mini trash can, but it's in Tennessee right now. I couldn't bring it back in my suitcase the last time I was there. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I guess why not post things? Maybe I can document the progress of me moving. The thing is, though, like, I don't ever want to sit down and have to edit my videos. Like, this is very much like, I record this shit and then it gets uploaded. I don't care. Because again, it's like, why put effort into something that I don't even care about? Like, I don't know how to explain this, but my social media is mostly just for myself. Like, I think at least once a day, I go through my own highlights, I look through my own posts, you know, and it sounds narcissistic as fuck, and it kind of is, but I don't know. I just like posting things for myself, and I like being able to look back at where I was 6 months ago, 2 years ago versus now, or even just like a week ago. I don't know. So, I guess it does make sense for me to post. But, anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'll post a little apartment tour. Maybe I'll post my thoughts when I move into my new place because I'll be alone. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't have a lot of plans. I don't have a job right now. Um, I worked at an escape room for a bit. That's goddamn air conditioner! Hold on. I actually can pause this, but I'll probably end my recording. I'm so scared I usually end up. Okay, I successfully did it. Okay. I forgot I can pause my videos while recording them. And as I turned off the air conditioner, even though it's hot as fucking here. And then I drank some more juice. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll consistently post, not like on a schedule or anything, but maybe a little more frequently than once every fucking 3 years. Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably forget about this because I don't even sign into this account unless it's to upload something, so. But, I don't know. Man. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'll just video diary. I do a bit of journaling, but all my journaling all of my journaling is literally just revolved around my, for simple terms and lack of better words, ex-boyfriend. Oh my god, let me tell you about my ex-boyfriend. Boyfriend. So there's this guy I met, and I won't name names. I'll try not to. There's this guy I met when I was about to start 8th grade, and my phone's about to die. Actually, it's at 15% of the last bit, but anyways. Um, it was like a super simple meeting. It was like a week before my school year started, and I was at the mall getting some new clothes, new accessories, you know. And then I met this guy when I was shopping at Spencer's. And, I was feeling very confident that day, so and he had struck up some conversation with me, so I was like, can I get like well, I got his Snapchat, but I know damn well I didn't ask for his Snapchat because I never used Snapchat. But I got his Snapchat, I guess. I don't know, maybe he just didn't have Insta at the time. I don't remember. I should ask him about that. But anyways, and I was kind of into him, and we texted a bit, a little bit of flirting. But we never hung out because I was always afraid to ask my father to hang out with guys. So, and then he also lived a little bit away from me. So, but then, and so I had this really bad issue where, like, again, I've always been bad at texting people, but I'd kind of stop texting him because I'd always end up in like in a relationship with people who didn't want me to be friends with anyone, and then whatever, and then that just mixed in with me being bad at responding. It just sucked, but we'd always end up texting and be like, hey, you know, like it was never a big deal, like it was never like a whole thing. And then eventually I did have him on Instagram. Maybe I did have him on it. I don't know. We did actually, I think we did follow each other on Instagram for a long time, almost the entirety of the time we were talking. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe not. I don't know. But there was this one time, my sophomore year of high school, when I was like 16. Um, I was the context behind this is so dumb, but I was showing like my little friend group pictures of like random shirtless dudes in my phone, and I was like showing them like every fine looking man I've ever seen, essentially. Okay, who's like sent me like pics for some reason, not like those, but shirtless, peachy. So, anyways, and in my mind, I was like imagining this one guy, and I'm like, who is that guy? You know? And so I'm like scrolling through my messages, and then I find the guy I met at the mall. Okay? I should probably give him a fake name, but I know I won't remember it, so he's just that guy. He was not one of the guys who sent me a shirtless pic, but I texted him because I wasn't sure like if he was fully him, because I don't know if he had. I don't think he had a name tied to his like account. It was just his username at that time. And so I was like, "Who are you?" And then we were texting, and then we're joking, and then I finally recalled who he was, and we remembered who each other were, and so we start talking again, and this time we hang out for the first time after like what is it, 2 years? 2 years of knowing each other. We actually hang out. And we like each other. I guess we've always liked each other, but it became more real. So it was beautiful. I had the best time of my little 16-year-old life. And then over the summer, I went to go visit my mom in Tennessee. And I have mental health issues in general, but they get really bad when I'm in Tennessee, and I tend to self isolate. I push people away. I'm just not stable. And him and I were not in a relationship because I was in a year-long relationship before all of this, before him and I started talking. And I'd just broken up with that person like a couple months before him and I became friends and then started talking. So I was a little bit afraid of commitment and labels, but we did everything that you'd do in a relationship. So, you know, so the summer comes and I'm pushing him away and he kind of pushes back and I notice like, but every time I push him away, I like, after a little bit, I snap back to reality. I'm like, no, like, wait, what am I doing? Like, this isn't what I want. So I apologize, whatever. And then he starts getting distant and I'm like, hey, like, I feel like you're getting distant, like, have your feelings for me changed? If they have, that's okay. Keep in mind, we were saying like I love you to each other. And he would tell me like nothing changed, like he was just going through a hard time, and I was like, okay. But it was really hard because I didn't want to push him away, but him being distant and me feeling like he was pushing me away made me want to push just reactively, instinctively. So it was kind of just a reactive thing. Even like I started it, and then I realized like that's not what I wanted, but then I don't know. It was really hard. And then one day out of the blue, he's like, I'm sorry, I don't feel the same about you. I've been lying. Like, I stopped loving you. So I was really hurt. So, obviously I had a bit to say. Yeah, I was pretty mad at him for a long time. And he wanted to be friends at first. And I was like, I can't just be your friend. And especially not at this point in time. So, fast forward, like, we stopped talking. We block each other on and off. And I always ended up reaching out to him, and then we'd talk for like 2 or 3 weeks before I'd beg him to block me because like he was just leading me on. Like there's this one time where we were talking, like like texting, like just normally texting, kinda. And then out of nowhere, there's like a chick tagged in his fucking Instagram bio, and I was like, oh, okay, like you made me think that there was a chance of fixing things, but cool, cool, cool. And then, a year later, I run into one of his ex-girlfriends at the mall, and she had told me that he had like been spreading lies about me. Okay. And I was pissed because at this point, like all the way up until that point, like I missed him. I still loved him. I still loved him even after she told me he was lying, but whatever. Whatever. So I was pissed the fuck off, you know. So I went on like I tried texting him, couldn't get a hold of him. I texted his new bitch. I made my point known. And I spent a bit of time sending paragraphs disproving the lies he told, because they're not anything serious. Like they weren't serious lies. They're just like little random lies that didn't make sense. Like why are you lying about that? You know. So, anyways, disproved all the shit he was saying, and I moved the fuck on with my life. Because at this point, no, actually, no, at that point I wasn't. I got in a relationship a couple months after I found out he was spreading lies about me, which that relationship was so bad. So fast forward, I'm in this shitty ass relationship that I just mentioned, and we were only together for like 9 months. So we broke up. I broke up with him December 1st, like this past December. And I almost said his name. The guy I met at the mall in 8th grade. The situationship. Who shows up in my DMs? He does. Actually, he followed one of my other Instagram accounts and unfollowed it. And then I went on my main account and unblocked him because I had him blocked at this point. And then I saw that he had me unblocked. And I texted him. I was like, why are you being sketchy? What do you want? And then we started talking. And he gave me an apology, right? And so, we hang out. And we're friends. Just friends. It's chill, And I'm telling him about my boyfriend. And he sees the things that my boyfriend says to me and texts me. And he's like, that's not okay. Like, the things he does to you and says to you aren't okay. And I'm like, yeah, but I love him and he's all I got. Yeah. Ugh. So, but the more this guy like is telling me like, hey, this isn't okay, because he's like the first one who's seen like kind of the full extent of it, not even the full extent, but more than what I let other people see or know. So I went to consult my best friend one day. I was like hanging out with, the situation. And fucking like Mike, the situation from Jersey Shore. Anyways, I was hanging out with the situation. And I'm just gonna say that if I say the situation, I'm not saying he's like my current like situationship at this point in time. I don't want to say names. So I consult my best friend after hanging out with him one night, because I was about the next day. I was gonna go on a week-long trip with my boyfriend at the time. And I was like really dreading it because I was really like he was getting worse with how he treated me, and then I was like finally kind of piecing together how shitty he was. So I consult my best friend. I'm like, should I break up with my boyfriend? And she said, yes, yes, yes. We all cheered. So with the help of her and the help of the situation, I left him. And I will be honest. I had when the situation came back in my life, it brought back a lot of feelings, both negative and positive. And so in my mind, I was kind of questioning if maybe I was still into him. Because at that point, like, it took a long, like, until I started dating my boyfriend at that time, like, I just couldn't, like, bring myself to be attracted to anyone else. Like, I still really loved this guy. Until I met my boyfriend, and then I was pretty much completely over the situation. But then the situation comes back and it kind of just brings a lot of things up. So I questioned it, but I didn't think too hard about it because, like, I thought about it one night and I was like, no, like, in my mind, I was like, my boyfriend now, like, he gives me stability, like, I love him, like I'm confident in a future with him. Like, we have plans to move out together. Like, so I was like, okay, like, I'm not gonna give this any more thought, you know? And then that's fine. Like, we're just friends. It was good. And then when I broke up with my boyfriend, things did definitely quickly become more than friends with the situation. So I'm living my best life. I'm just so free and thrilled that I'm out of my shitty relationship. He was just very bad. So I was very happy, I started hanging out with my best friend more. I started hanging out with the situation like every other day, if not every day. Like, I was always going out, I was always doing something, and the situation was treating me very well. He's always treated me very well, except for when we're not talking. But every time he's in my life, he treats me beautifully. Like, I can't even say, I can't even, I'm not even gonna go into all that. So he came back like a day or two before, he came back 2 days before like Thanksgiving in November. And he left December 22nd. He was not around for long. So he told me he loved me again, which, yeah, I liked him. I loved him. I loved him too. But I wasn't gonna say it. I did acknowledge, like, hey, like, I am fresh out of a relationship. I probably shouldn't jump the gun this much, even though we were, again, basically acting like we were in a whole relationship already. So I just told him, like, hey, like, I'm not ready to say that to each other right now. Like, I'm not saying that my feelings, like, the feelings aren't there. I'm just not ready to say that to each other right now. I just, because I was also still really hurt from the past with him. So I needed a lot of time with him, to feel fully secure. And then he ghosted me December 22nd. And the whole week, like, leading up to that was kind of rocky, But, like, we had kind of worked things out, and then it kind of just blew up. And then he was gone. And then 6 months on the dot later, keep in mind, I cry over this man every night. I journal about him. Like, I write, like, letters to him. Like, if you've ever played Life is Strange Before the Storm, you know how Chloe writes in her journal, but it's all, like, formatted as letters to Max. It's the same fucking concept with me and this guy. Ooh. So I was going crazy. Like, I kept texting him. I made several accounts. I'm not gonna even lie. Like, I wanted answers. You know, I wanted to know what I did wrong, because it's like, if there's something wrong with me, like, I want to know so I can fix it for myself, for you, for people who I meet in the future, for people in my present. Like, I want to improve. Like, I want to know what the issue is, because if it's a me issue, like, I want to know, because that affects me too. Like, I want to better myself. So I was pissed because I was also, like, confused. So I was, like, trying to get answers. And then, you know, I just also wanted to fix things. I was very confident that, like, everything that had, like, that we argued about could very easily be fixed. So, yeah. And then 6 months later, on the dot, June 22nd, who did I get text from like 2:23 in the morning? The Situation. He's like, hey, I still have your shirt. And I'm like, who is this? Because I don't remember who has this fucking shirt, bro. I don't have a good memory, okay? So I knew it could be him, or, like, I thought it was either The Situation or the ex-boyfriend, who was terrible. So I was like, okay. Oh, by the way, this man was like, every time I texted him, he was like, I'm gonna get a restraining order. I'm like, okay, do it. Does that mean I'll get to see you in court? I'll get to see you? No, sorry. Sorry, guys. Anyways, which I knew he wouldn't, so my ass stayed texting him. Whatever. No, and then I stopped texting him for a bit, though, because I had, some really heavy shit going on in my life, around April-ish, so I had bigger shit to worry about, so whatever. And then, like, he texted me, he reached out, and I didn't really get much of an apology. We didn't really dwell too much on what happened. But, yeah. No, so now we're friends. We've only hung out once, and it's been almost a month of us texting. I'm still madly in love with him. I'm incapable of loving anyone else at this point in time. It'll be a long time before I can ever love anyone else, and for that to happen, he'd have to leave me all over again, and I'd have to be hurt all over again. So it'd be a long time until I could love anyone else. I'm not saying that I'm incapable of ever loving anyone else, because I know I am. I'm a very loving person. But it's just very hard to move on from him. It takes a very long time, and I know that because it's happened two times. So we talk, kind of. It's not romantic. I mean, he's attracted to me. He says I'm in love with him, but we don't acknowledge it. We've talked about it briefly, but, you know, I told him that, you know, he has, like, this issue where he's, like, I guess he loses himself when he's in relationships and whatever, and I told him, like, I don't want you to try to turn this into anything beyond a friendship until you're 100% certain you can be with me, because it's getting a bit embarrassing, like, the number of times he fucked me over without actually being with me. We've never been together. We've used the term dating, you know, like, because we, you know, like, dates and stuff, but it's never, like, gone past that, so I don't know. I miss him. I don't even remember why I was talking about him. Why was that? Me telling you my ex-boyfriend lore without even fucking remembering why I was telling you guys. Yeah, so he's back in my life. I'm gonna be moving. I'm gonna be moving to the same city as him. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to connect more and see each other more. I'm only about, like, 40 minutes away. Like, I used to live farther away, and he'd always drive to see me and pick me up, and I'd drive and see him and all that shit. But he works, like, 6 days out of the week from, like, 7 in the morning to like 6 p.m. So, yikes. So I'm hoping that me being closer will allow us to see each other a bit more, in the evening time, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. So that's my life update. I'm about to start college. I'm about to move out. I feel lonely. The love of my life is back in my life, but we're not talking romantically, and that kills me. Yeah. So I guess that's it. Maybe I'll post again, maybe I won't. I don't know who will see this. Hopefully nobody I know in person, because I wouldn't like that. Guys, if you know me, don't look at me, don't. Okay. Peace out. Whew, I need a shower. I promise I'll be less greasy the next time you guys see me. If you see me.